your News 13 Skywatch weather.
Before we get to the deep chill, I want to briefly talk about what happened yesterday in terms of the wintry weather we had to endure and all the problems it caused. This was the surface situation yesterday. Early on in the day, we had that Arctic air moving into the area, moving south. The cold front had moved well south of the area by late morning, but we had a little area of low pressure developing along this boundary, the cold front and the southern boundary of it into the Gulf of Mexico. Well, typically when these cold Arctic air masses move in, they move through and provide very little in the way of moisture because they're so dry, and that cold air usually produces more of a northwesterly wind, which dries out the valley locations, but keeps some of the snow going over the high elevations. That's that northwest snow that we typically get. What didn't happen yesterday was that scenario. What happened is some warmer air about 5, 6, 7,000 feet above our heads started moving in from the south. We call this isentropic lift. This is gliding up over that colder dome because the warmer air is more buoyant and wants to rise up over that colder air. And that set up this freezing drizzle because it started producing that rising motion of the atmosphere, just enough clouds, just enough moisture to be wrung out, and it caused the freezing drizzle, and that was just all we needed to cause all the problems that we had. Nearly impossible to predict this happening, folks, a day or two in advance. It's almost what we call a nowcast. Once it starts, that's when you are able to say, look, this is going to go on for a couple hours or maybe several, and then it starts to become a problem. The computer models didn't have anything associated with freezing drizzle. They were showing some snow, but nothing like that. So that is why it caught us off guard, folks. We want to say we take it very seriously forecasting these situations, and it was a very, very tough call to get that as well. All right, so helpful hints here with the winter weather now, the bitter cold. Wear those layers, stay hydrated, cover that exposed skin, drip those indoor faucets, cover the outside faucets, check the car battery. We mentioned that before. Keep those pets inside or bring them in if you haven't already. And of course, check on the elderly. They are certainly susceptible to the cold as well. What to wear? Well, you're going to need all those winter layers every day this week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, lots of layers. You probably won't need the sunglasses on Wednesday because of clouds, but every other day, pretty much on the sunnier side of things. Let's track those clouds on the Futurecast. You'll see them erode away overnight, and then eventually clearing skies means a very cold night tonight. High clouds begin to move in late tomorrow into Wednesday. This is in advance of that southerly system that's going to go down through the Gulf. It shouldn't produce much of moisture for us until we get on the backside of it, and that's going to be that northwest flow that produces some snow showers in those higher elevations, and we're talking maybe another inch along the Tennessee border sometime Wednesday night into Thursday. Wouldn't be surprised to get a dusting in some of the valleys closer to the Tennessee border that time, so heads up for some icy spots then. Single-digit temperatures tonight with below zero wind chills. We're only going into the low 30s at best. Tomorrow we'll stay sub-freezing in terms of the temperatures all the way through the day. We'll go down to 11 tomorrow night and finally above freezing Wednesday before the next cold blast comes Thursday. And again, some flurries still possible early on in the day.